How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin Barbecue. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today we are going to do an overview of the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36. We're going to throw a rack of ribs on it, see how it cooks. This is the first Camp Chef I've ever owned, first Camp Chef I've ever cooked on. Full disclosure, Camp Chef did send this to me to try out, see what I think, but everything, all thoughts and opinions are of my own. I wasn't paid to say anything, but they did send me the cooker to try out. I also have the Sidekick flat top. I haven't put it on yet. I'll play with that at a later day. I just wanted to kind of get the burn-in done on this and just kind of show you guys around the cooker and what you can look forward to. And then we're going to rock out a rack of ribs on this thing. So let's bring you in and give you a little detail about this cooker. All right, so under this cover is the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36. I just kind of wanted to show you the cover before we get into it. It's a pretty basic cover. It looks like they utilize the same cover for multiple grills, as this has a spot for a smokestack. So it's not really custom to the Woodwind Pro 36. Seems like it's just kind of a generic cover, but it is what it is. It gets the job done, protects the grill. So I'm gonna get this cover off and we're gonna go over the cooker. So the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36 has 1,236 square inches of cooking space. On the lower rack, you have 663. The top rack, you have 573. And what's nice is this top rack, you can go ahead and remove one of these, keep one in if you want, remove them both. The top rack is stainless steel, the bottom is the porcelain coated enamel, and to be honest, I would have liked to have seen this thing complete stainless steel racks, but it's not that big of a deal. I think they both work very well, but I think it would have just looked a little bit nicer having all stainless steel in there. The overall height on this cooker is 44.5 inches. It comes in at 183 pounds. The overall length is 62 inches and the overall width is 26 inches. It does come with a 22-pound hopper and a pellet dump on there. And you can see it also comes with 4 probes for monitoring our cooks, which is really nice. It's got 4 slots. It comes with 4 probes. And these aren't huge probes. These are nice, like kind of normal sized needle probes here. So I really like that. And I just wanted to show you here, the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro does come with 4 rotating casters, which makes it really nice to move it around. We have a nice bottom shelf for some storage if you want. And of course, we got the bottle opener because let's be real, you get thirsty cooking on this thing. Nice looking grill though. Love the accent of the stainless and the black. I think it looks really good. Coming to the right side of the grill, we have the side shelf, which is 16 inches by 12 inches. And you can tell it's very sturdy. It held that Sidekick on there, which is pretty heavy, so I like that. And then underneath that side shelf is our grease dump. And then this is our fire pot clean out. You just go ahead and pull that and it'll dump everything down into that cup right there. So easy ash removal. You just go ahead and pop that off and you can remove your ash. And then if you come around the other way here, there's our chute for our pellet dump, our cord. And this right here is to release the pellets out. Really nice looking controller here. We'll get it fired up in just a minute. Then you got the 4 spots for your probes. And then coming up here, you also have a little lever to get your probes in there so you're not running it through the lid. So this right here is the firebox. You can go ahead and add charcoal chunks in there, wood chips, pellets, wood chunks, whatever you want to help supplement that smoke in there. So all you do is load this up, push this in, turn this handle, which will turn the butterfly valve inside, which I'll show you in a minute. Go ahead and let whatever, charcoal chunks, whatever you have in there, catch fire, and then you're just gonna close it up, and that fan in there will keep it going. Really nice feature. I'm curious to see how it works out. We'll test it with a rack of ribs, but let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. That's that butterfly valve I was talking about. You open and close that. So once, whatever your product you're using in here is lit, you'll just close that off and let it continue to run. So very, very nice stainless steel chamber inside. I'm talking about the stainless steel on the inside. According to their website, on the inside of the body is 430 stainless steel. The butterfly valve and the burn cup, etc., is 304 stainless steel. So I think it looks really nice. It's really clean in here. Like I said, I haven't had a fire in here yet. You can see when I pull that handle that's over by the grease bucket, that moves that lever, which is going to drop all your ash into the pot below. Very simple. Close it back up. Super nice feature for easy cleaning. All right, one thing I did want to point out, you have a window here to see your pellets. Then you also have a magnet on this lid just to help keep it closed while you're moving it. So let's go ahead and get this fired up. Pull down the screen protector. So we got that down. We'll flip the switch, firing up. And here we're gonna go down to feed. Now it's gonna go into feed mode, which is gonna go ahead and prime that auger full of pellets. Then once that's done, we'll be able to fire it up. So I'll bring you back in 6 minutes and 45 seconds. And while we're waiting for this thing to prime up, we might as well have a cold one. Get that in there, pop it off. Let's go have a cocktail. All right, so we've gone ahead with the pellet feed. It's primed, ready to go. You can see I just connected it to my Wi-Fi. You can see we have one update in progress, and you can also see it on the screen there. So once this is updated, I'll bring you back and we'll get this thing going. All right, so now that everything is done and set up, we're gonna go ahead, click set temp. We're gonna get this up to 350 degrees and let it burn for about a half hour. Just let it burn off all that factory oil and stuff. So go ahead, we're on startup. We're gonna confirm. So it's on startup right now. Open up the lid because we wanna have this open while it's starting up. And I'm gonna let this thing fire up and I'll bring you back when she's rolling. All right, it's just been a few minutes. You can see we already have smoke rolling on the startup. That's fantastic. Still got 3 minutes and 15 seconds left on the startup, but we already got good smoke rolling out. So once that it's ignited, I'll go ahead and close the lid. We'll let it go for 30 minutes at 350 degrees just to get all that crap burned off that comes from the factory, the oil, etc. But yeah, very quick startup on that. I'm impressed with how quick that fired up. So really awesome. All right, guys, so I can hear that there's a good fire going in the burn pot. The heavier smoke's starting to clear out. It says we still have about 1 minute and 54 on startup, but I know that it's firing in there. Get that lid closed, and I'm just gonna let it burn at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. I'll bring you back. One thing I didn't talk about was the ventilation system. You can see there's no chimney on here, but it does have these adjustable vents. So open and close. You can kind of adjust it that way, but it has that down and out technology in there. So what that smoke's doing is it's coming out the sides, rolling around, going back down and out. So not a big deal. Kind of wish that maybe you could control these a little bit better. If, you're just gonna have to make sure you don't have the wind blowing in there, but not a huge deal at all. But I just wanted to point out the ventilation system on there. It is kind of nice that you can adjust it, but that's as far closed as it goes. It doesn't close all the way, but it does open up. So just wanted to show you guys that. All right, it's just been a few minutes here. You can see we're already up to 127 degrees, climbing quick. You can smell that this thing is being burned off. I think pellet grills have a very distinguishable smell of when that factory oil is being burned off and stuff like that. So like I said, we're gonna let it go at 350. And because this is all stainless steel, we don't really have to worry about our paint getting ruined here. There is a little bit of a barrier here. Hopefully you can see that where, it's protecting this paint. So I don't have to worry about doing a real low burn off on this. We're just gonna let it do its thing, and yeah, I'm excited to get cooking on it. I'm curious to see if this little firebox is going to make a difference on some real wood flavor on the ribs. Like I said, I'm gonna throw a rack of ribs on here, probably continue this tomorrow. It's getting a little dark out now, but we'll throw some ribs on there, see how it goes, and yeah, I'll let you know how they taste, but it's not gonna be a recipe video. We're just going through the cook. All right, so this thing has been burning for about 21 minutes and 3 seconds. I really like that it has a timer on here so you can let you know how long your cooks are going. So that's pretty cool, but yeah, burning real nice, looking good. But yeah, I'm gonna let this thing go for probably an hour or so, and then tomorrow we'll pick back up when we have the ribs on, and I'll let you know how it cooked. But so far so good. Everything's looking awesome on it, but looks don't really matter, it's how it performs. So tomorrow we're gonna test that out and I'll bring you back. All right, guys, you can see we have the ribs on the Camp Chef Tailgaters Barbecue Party Rub, my Ash Kickin Barbecue Honey Chipotle. We've got a great color already, running at 250 degrees. We'll get this closed down, get some cherry in the firebox and see how this goes. So we'll get that shut down, and then down here is our firebox. And pull that out like so. And then I just have 2 chunks of cherry wood. And go ahead and throw those in there. Get that put in. And right here, the valve is closed. We're gonna turn it down. That's gonna allow the flame in there to ignite those wood chunks. So I'll bring you back when those are lit, show you how that looks, and we're just gonna let these puppies smoke. All right, guys, so it has been a few minutes. You can see we got some smoke rolling in there. That looks nice. I like that. Ribs looking good. Let's check out the smoke box. And that smells like real wood, so I'm assuming these have lit. Look at that. Beautiful, nice cherry wood smoke rolling there. Looks really good. And we're just gonna put the handle back to horizontal, and that fan will keep those going. Like I said, real wood smoke on there, maintaining good temperatures. So we'll see how the flavor is on this. I'm gonna let these go for a few hours. Again, this isn't about the cook. We're just seeing how this thing performs and the flavor. And I do have another rack on just a pellet grill, so we'll compare the flavor profile and see if this cherry wood on there is indeed gonna give it a little bit more of that smoky flavor we're looking for. But it smells fantastic out here, so we'll see you guys in a few hours. All right, so it has been 3 hours that we've been cooking these ribs on the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36. You can see we have beautiful color on here. I'm gonna get these wrapped up, finish them off, and then we'll do the taste test, and I'll let you know if that cherry wood added any smoke. But cooker's run flawlessly. It's running really good. I love how clean it is in there still. So I'm gonna get this wrapped up and finish off, and I'll bring you back when it's time to do the taste test and give you my final thoughts on this cooker. All right, here are the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36 ribs. You can see we have beautiful color on there. They are looking absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna get these inside, let them rest. We'll do a taste test and see if that cherry wood brought a little flavor to the party. All right, guys, so here is our rack of ribs off the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36. You can see these are beautiful, great color, nice bend to it. I mean, they are looking absolutely perfect, flopping, really, really nicely cooked rack of ribs. Over here is the rack of ribs we did on a different pellet cooker just to see if we can tell the flavor of that real wood in there. So I'm gonna get these sliced up and then we're gonna try them out. Nice even cook, top and bottom though. Nothing got too crispy. I really like that. All right, so there you go. Nice and juicy, nice and tender. Smells a little bit different than the ones that we got off just the pellet grill without any of the actual cherry wood chunks. Yeah, actually distinguishable difference in the smell. So smells fantastic. I already tried these for a different video I was filming. Yeah, beautiful, juicy, nice smoke ring on there. It's all about how it tastes. Let's go. All right, time for the taste test. Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36 cherry wood chunks. Cheers. All right, first and foremost, clean bone, perfectly cooked rack of ribs. And I should note that I use the same seasoning on both of these racks. I use the same pellets on both of these racks. The only difference is the Camp Chef ones had the 2 chunks of cherry wood that I put in the smoke box. That was it. Like I said, the smell is very distinguishable between the two. It's not huge, but there is definitely a flavor difference between these 2 racks of ribs. I really enjoy the Camp Chef ones better than this rack. Just a little bit more flavor on there. And like I said, I kept all the variables the same as I could. Cooked at the same temp, wrapped with the same thing, pulled off at the same time. They cooked perfectly. But just that smell of actual cherry wood on there is just really, really nice. And you know, cherry wood's a milder smoke. So maybe if I would have used like oak or hickory or something like that, it would be even more prevalent. But just the general flavor is better on these ribs. Like I said, same brand of ribs, picked them up at the same time. Everything was seasoned the same, but just the barbecue flavor, that smokiness, what I'm looking for is much better in the Camp Chef ribs. So I was surprised. I didn't know, and I only threw those 2 chunks in there. So maybe if I would have put more in when they had burned out, it would have been even more so. But I just wanted to see, just with 2 chunks, if there was going to be a little bit of a difference. And you know, I'd say there is, but beautiful smoke ring on there, cooked proper. I was very impressed with the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36. A couple of things that are minor that I would make different is I would like to see some sort of folding shelf on there. I get that's difficult with the location of the wood box. I get there's a side shelf, but just for pulling stuff on and resting stuff on, it's nice to have that option. Number 2, a pellet sensor. I'd love to see a pellet sensor in there. To my knowledge, it doesn't have one, but I'd like to see that. And of course, I'd like to see the stainless steel grates throughout the whole entire cooker. You have them on the top, but you don't have them on the bottom. I think it would just clean up the appearance on the inside a little bit. So that's what I'd like to see on there. Otherwise, it's a great cooker. I really enjoyed cooking on it. There's a ton of real estate in there. So I have a link down below where you can go and check out the Camp Chef Woodwind Pro 36 for yourself. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. I promise I will answer you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.